Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Today we are going to talk about two words that cause enormous confusion for English learners, and honestly, for good reason. These two words look very similar. They come from the same root, and yet they are used in completely different ways.
Yes, and what makes this topic especially important is that been and being show up constantly in everyday English, in almost every tense, in almost every type of sentence. So getting clear on these two words is going to make a huge difference in how well you understand and produce English.
The two words today are been and being. Both come from the verb to be, but they have different forms and they do different jobs. And today, we are going to go through everything so clearly that you will feel genuinely confident using both of them.
So let us start with the basics. What is been and what is being?
Been is what we call the past participle of the verb to be, and being is what we call the present participle of the verb to be. Now, I know those terms sound technical, so let us break them down into plain language.
A participle is just a form of a verb that cannot stand alone as the main verb in a sentence. It always needs a helping verb to work with it. Been needs a helping verb. Being needs a helping verb. They cannot do the job alone.
Right. You would never say just, I been happy, or she being tired. Those sentences are incomplete. Been and being always need a partner, a helping verb that comes before them.
So what helping verbs work with been?
Been works with have, has, and had. These are the perfect tense helpers. I have been, she has been, they had been. The combination of have, has, or had plus been creates what we call the perfect tenses.
And what helping verbs work with being?
Being works with am, is, are, was, and were. These are the forms of to be used as helping verbs. I am being, she is being, they are being, he was being, we were being. The combination of am, is, are, was, or were plus being creates the continuous or progressive tenses in the passive voice mostly.
So the key to understanding been and being is understanding which helping verb comes before them. Have, has, had go with been. Am, is, are, was, were go with being.
That is the foundation. And if you remember nothing else from today, remember those two pairings. Perfect helpers with been, to be helpers with being.
Now, let's go deeper into each word. Let's start with been. What does been actually do in a sentence?
Been is used in three main situations. The first is the present perfect tense. I have been to Japan. She has been sick all week. They have been waiting for an hour.
So, in the present perfect, been connects a past experience or action to the present moment. I have been to Japan means I went there at some point in my life, and that experience is part of who I am now.
Exactly. Have been or has been takes you back to the past while keeping the connection to the present alive. The experience happened before now, but it is still relevant to now.
The second situation where been is used is the past perfect tense. I had been working there for 5 years before I quit. She had been feeling unwell for days before she saw the doctor.
The past perfect with had been goes even further back. You are already talking about the past, and had been takes you to a point before that past moment. It shows an earlier past action or state.
The third situation is in the present perfect continuous and past perfect continuous. I have been studying for 3 hours. She has been living here since 2018. He had been running before the accident.
In these structures, you have been or had been followed by a verb ending in ing. The combination shows an action that continued over a period of time. I have been studying for 3 hours means the studying started in the past and continued up to now.
So, been shows completed connections to the past and also ongoing actions seen from the present or from a past point of reference.
Right. Been is your bridge between past and present or between 2 points in the past. Now, let us talk about been when it is used to show going somewhere or visiting somewhere, because this is a specific use that learners find confusing.
Yes, this is really important. In English, when you want to say you went somewhere and came back, you use have been to. I have been to Paris. She has been to that restaurant before. We have been to 3 meetings today.
So have been to means you went there and you were no longer there. You came back.
Exactly. Compare that to have gone to. If someone says he has gone to the shop, it means he went and he is still there. He has not come back yet. But if someone says he has been to the shop, it means he went and he has returned now.
That's such a useful distinction. Have been to equals went and came back. Have gone to equals went and is still there.
Right. Where is Sarah? She has gone to the kitchen. She is still in the kitchen. Versus where has Sarah been? She has been to the kitchen. She went and she is back now.
Now let us move on to being. What does being do in a sentence? Being has 2 main uses. The first use is in the continuous passive voice. The building is being constructed. The cake is being made. The report was being written when the power went out.
So, in the passive voice, being shows an action that is happening to the subject over a period of time. The building is not doing the constructing. Something is constructing the building, and that action is ongoing.
Right. The passive voice is when the subject receives the action rather than doing it. And when that passive action is continuous or ongoing, you use is being, are being, was being, or were being.
The house is being painted. The windows are being cleaned. The car was being repaired. The packages were being delivered.
In all of those, the subject is receiving the action and the action is in progress. Is being, are being, was being, were being, all follow this pattern.
The second use of being is to describe temporary behavior or manner, usually with an adjective. You are being ridiculous. He is being very kind today. She was being selfish.
This use of being is really interesting because it describes how someone is acting right now as opposed to how they usually are. You are ridiculous as a statement means that is your nature, that is who you are. But you are being ridiculous means right now, in this moment, you are acting that way. It could change.
That's a really powerful distinction. You are being rude means stop it. You are not always like this. You are rude means this is just who you are.
And that difference can be very important in real conversations. One sounds like a correction in the moment, the other sounds like a character judgment.
Being is also used as a gerund, meaning as a noun. Being happy is important. Being on time shows respect. I enjoy being with you.
Yes, in these cases, being acts as a noun phrase. Being happy is the subject of the first sentence. Being on time is the subject of the second. Being with you is the object of enjoy.
So, being as a gerund allows the verb to be to function as a noun and take a place in a sentence where a noun would normally go.
Right. Instead of saying happiness is important, you can say being happy is important. Both work, but being happy is more direct about the state or experience.
Now, let us talk about the difference between been and being in a way that really locks it in for listeners.
Good idea. Let us compare them directly. I have been sick means I was sick at some point in the past, and this is relevant now. I am being sick means I'm currently behaving in a sick or unpleasant way, which is a very different meaning.
She has been kind to us means she showed kindness in the past. She is being kind to us means she is showing kindness right now in her behavior.
They had been waiting for hours means they waited for a long time before something happened. They were being patient means they were displaying patience as a behavior during that time.
So been is about the fact that something happened over time or at some point connecting to now or to another past moment. Being is about an ongoing action or a current behavioral state.
Been looks back and connects. Being describes what is happening now or was happening at a specific time.
Now, let us go through the most common mistakes learners make with been and being, because I know this is where people really need help.
Mistake number 1 is using being instead of been in the present perfect, saying, I have being there before instead of I have been there before. Remember, been pairs with have, has, and had, not being.
If you hear yourself say have being or has being or had being, that is always wrong. Replace being with been in those structures.
Mistake number 2 is using been instead of being in the continuous passive, saying the building is been constructed instead of the building is being constructed. Been goes with have, has, and had. Being goes with is, are, was, and were.
So if you see is been or are been or was been, those are always wrong. Replace been with being in those structures.
Mistake number 3 is using being without a helping verb, saying she being very helpful today instead of she is being very helpful today. Being cannot stand alone. It always needs is, are, was, or were in front of it when it describes behavior.
Always check that being has its helper. Am being, is being, are being, was being, were being.
Mistake number 4 is confusing I have been with I have gone, using have been when the person has not returned, saying, where is he? He has been to the office, when he is still at the office. In that case, you need he has gone to the office.
Have been means went and came back. Have gone means went and is still there. Keep those separate.
Mistake number 5 is forgetting that you are being plus adjective describes temporary behavior. Learners sometimes use just you are plus adjective when they mean a temporary behavior and miss the meaning. You are being difficult in the moment is different from you are difficult as a character trait.
And mistake number 6 is treating been and being as interchangeable because they look similar. They are not interchangeable. They have completely different helping verbs and completely different jobs.
If you are not sure which one to use, ask yourself 2 questions. First, does a have, has, or had come before it? Then use been. Second, does an am, is, are, was, or were come before it? Then use being.
That 2-question check will solve almost every been versus being problem instantly.
Now, let us also talk about being in a very useful everyday structure that learners often do not know. The structure of being plus past participle as an adjective phrase.
Like in a sentence such as, being treated unfairly is very discouraging, or being chosen for the team made her happy.
Yes. In those sentences, being treated and being chosen are passive gerund phrases. They act as noun phrases. Being treated unfairly is the subject. Being chosen for the team is the subject. These are slightly advanced but really worth knowing.
And you also see being after prepositions. He was arrested for being drunk in public. She was praised for being so organized. I apologize for being late.
After prepositions, the gerund form is always used. And since we are talking about the verb to be in those situations, being is the correct form after the preposition.
For being, about being, without being, despite being, instead of being. All of these pair naturally with being.
Let us do a practice round now. I will say a sentence with a blank, and you fill in been or being and explain why.
Ready.
She has blank sick for a week.
Been. Have been connects a past state to the present. She has been sick for a week.
The project is blank reviewed by the committee right now.
Being. Is being shows a continuous passive action happening right now. The project is being reviewed.
I have never blank to Australia.
Been. Have been to means went and came back, or in this case, never visited. I have never been to Australia.
You are blank so generous today.
Being. Are being describes a current temporary behavior. You are being so generous today.
The letters were blank written when the system crashed.
Being. Were being shows a continuous passive action in the past. The letters were being written.
She had been working there for years before she left.
Been. Had been working is the past perfect continuous. It shows an ongoing action before another past event.
He was blank rather difficult about the whole thing.
Being. Was being describes a past temporary behavior. He was being rather difficult.
They have been very supportive throughout this process.
Been. Have been describes an ongoing state connected to the present. They have been very supportive.
You got every single one right, and you explained each one clearly.
And I want listeners to notice that in every case, the helping verb made the choice obvious. Have, has, and had pointed to been every time. Was, were, and is pointed to being every time.
That pattern is your safest guide. Train yourself to look at the helping verb first, and the choice becomes automatic.
Before we close, I want to say something directly to anyone who's feeling overwhelmed by this topic.
Please do, because I know been and being can feel like a lot.
Here's the truth. Been and being are challenging because they involve understanding tenses and passive voice, which are genuinely complex areas of English. If you are finding this difficult, it means you are working on something real and important. It means you're going deeper than surface-level learning.
And the good news is that the more English you read and listen to, the more these patterns will start to feel natural. You will hear have been, and your brain will start to recognize it as a unit. You will hear is being, and it will start to feel familiar.
Familiarity leads to instinct, and instinct is what fluency feels like. You're building both right now.
So keep going. Keep practicing. Use the two-question check whenever you're unsure. Does have, has, or had come before it? Use been. Does am, is, are, was, or were come before it? Then use being.
That two-question check will solve almost every been versus being problem instantly.
Now, let us also talk about being in a very useful everyday structure that learners often do not know. The structure of being plus past participle as an adjective phrase.
Like in a sentence such as, being treated unfairly is very discouraging, or being chosen for the team made her happy.
Yes, in those sentences, being treated and being chosen are passive gerund phrases. They act as noun phrases. Being treated unfairly is the subject. Being chosen for the team is the subject. These are slightly advanced but really worth knowing.
And you also see being after prepositions. He was arrested for being drunk in public. She was praised for being so organized. I apologize for being late.
After prepositions, the gerund form is always used, and since we are talking about the verb to be in those situations, being is the correct form after the preposition.
For being, about being, without being, despite being, instead of being, all of these pair naturally with being.
Let us do a practice round now. I will say a sentence with a blank, and you fill in been or being and explain why.
Ready?
She has blank sick for a week.
Been. Have been connects a past state to the present. She has been sick for a week.
The project is blank reviewed by the committee right now.
Being. Is being shows a continuous passive action happening right now. The project is being reviewed.
I have never blank to Australia.
Been. Have been to means went and came back, or in this case, never visited. I have never been to Australia.
You are blank so generous today.
Being. Are being describes a current temporary behavior. You are being so generous today.
The letters were blank written when the system crashed.
Being. Were being shows a continuous passive action in the past. The letters were being written.
She had been working there for years before she left.
Been. Had been working is the past perfect continuous. It shows an ongoing action before another past event.
He was blank rather difficult about the whole thing.
Being. Was being describes a past temporary behavior. He was being rather difficult.
They have been very supportive throughout this process.
Been. Have been describes an ongoing state connected to the present. They have been very supportive.
You got every single one right, and you explained each one clearly.
And I want listeners to notice that in every case, the